Hi, I'm Blake Beasley. I'm a junior communications student with a minor in journalism from the University of San Diego. I believe I will be an asset in making Team Up Fantasy Sports a successful platform because I have a history of college sports itself. I've always been around sports my entire life since a very young age. My dad was a coach and I was always a player, as was my brother. My mom was the manager. So I have a very personal history and love with sports. So I've always been very enthusiastic about it. I was blessed enough to have sports take me to further my education, and I was able to play Division II basketball at Rockhurst University and NAIA basketball at Mid-American Nazarene University. Then I decided to transfer over to the University of San Diego, and that's where I currently am, a journalism and communications student. While I was attending Rockhurst University, we had a project where we had to create our own personal brand and try to grow it. I based my own personal brand around sports, and I created a small sports talk show that was just me and my teammates discussing local sports topics while we were on the bus in between games. It started out as something small, and then within 3 weeks, we reached 400 followers. I eventually terminated the account because the project was over, and I just didn't want to take the request of continuously running it, especially because I knew I was transferring. However, that access of running a social media account was very entertaining and also very rewarding. I also ran the social media account for Frisoni PR firm and also managed and talked about multiple celebrity golf tournaments that the PR firm was working with. My knowledge and experience of the product also is what separates me from other potential applicants. I have played fantasy basketball and fantasy football since I was 12 years old and have been using the multiple different platforms from multiple different companies that use those since a very young age. I have been the commissioner, and I've also seen what works with the apps and what also doesn't work with the apps. And I feel like I can bring that knowledge over of what I feel like can be successful and what can't be successful. For example, what Yahoo Sports does that really separated themselves for a while because ESPN was the number one fantasy sport out there was Yahoo Sports for fantasy football now started allowing a streaming platform where you can watch the games on your phone, not on the computer or on a larger platform, but you can watch them on your phone. And I know that's a large reason why a lot of different people ended up switching over to Yahoo instead of ESPN for this upcoming fantasy season. I know that I'm just coming in as an intern if I'm blessed enough to get this opportunity, but I feel like I could offer ideas such as that. I did not come up with that idea myself, but I also figured that there are smaller platforms for local sports media, such as maybe a local Milwaukee Bucks broadcast or a local Los Angeles Lakers broadcast, who are also offering streaming and would also love the amount of views. So perhaps your company could do something with that so that it can add and give you guys a competitive edge over your competitors. Why I think I would be a good fit for this job is because I'm just very passionate about fantasy sports and I'm passionate about sports itself. I believe that if you love what you're doing, you haven't worked a single day in your life. And if you employ me, you'll just be able to know that I'm a person who will come in and work their hardest every day with a smile on my face, regardless of what you ask me to do, because I'm so passionate about what I would be doing. I really enjoy it. And that leads into what I want to do when I'm done with my education. And at first, I didn't know what I wanted to do because I thought I initially wanted to be a sports analyst. However, I never even considered the fact that I could actually have a career in fantasy sports itself. If given the opportunity, I think I would love to do something similar to Matthew Berry, where he gives fantasy football advice and also has a fantasy column show. That would be my ultimate dream, but honestly, anything involving sports would be living the dream anyway. Thank you for taking the time to interview me, and good luck with your selection process. Thank you.